During Thanksgiving weekend poker night, my cousin Bradley suddenly said the game was boring and wanted to raise the stakes. He slammed his BMW key fob on the table and asked if anyone dared to match it. I knew he was just showing off that he'd bought a BMW. Everyone was intimidated, quickly saying, "Just playing for fun, can't match that." Then kissing his ass about how amazing he was, so young and already driving a Beamer. I hesitated, because my hole cards were 3 kings. After soaking up all the compliments, Bradley was about to smugly shuffle the deck when I slid my BYD electric car keys forward and said quietly, "I am in." The whole room went silent. Everyone stared at me in disbelief, and Bradley's eyes went wide. The atmosphere turned hostile. The moment we both put down our car keys, any sense of family was gone, but I didn't regret it because he was the one who put up his BMW first. If he could play this dirty with family, I didn't give a damn about his feelings anymore. Bradley sneered. "What money do you even have? You are trying to bluff me with that piece of shit bide. This is a BMW. Get your money together first. Don't try to scam me with that cheap electric crap." I stared at him coldly. I hated playing cards with Bradley. Everyone was supposed to be having a good time over the holiday, but he used his wealth to push huge bets every single time. Anyone who has played poker knows that having less money than your opponent leaves you with zero dignity, just getting steamrolled. When we were betting a buck or two, he'd throw down 500. We'd all tell him not to play so big with family, but he'd act all innocent and say, "Is 500 really that much?" He was bullying us for being poor, bullying us because we couldn't match him. He came to the poker table just to toy with us poor relatives and our dignity. I knew my dignity couldn't match his BMW, so I turned and called over my girlfriend. We were about to get married, and she was wearing the jewelry I'd bought her. I told her, "Put your gold chain and bracelet on the table." My girlfriend looked at me. Without even asking what my cards were, she immediately took off her chain and bracelet and placed them on the table. In that moment, a phrase popped into my head. With a wife like this, what more could a man ask for? I said seriously to Bradley, "That is enough now. Are you going to show your cards?" Bradley's expression changed. He clenched his jaw, probably never expecting me to actually stand up to him. With a mocking tone, he said, "Little bro, don't say I didn't warn you. I can afford to lose a BMW, but if you lose everything, how is your whole family gonna survive the next 5 years?" I shook my head. "Doesn't matter. We'll get by our own way. Besides, didn't you and your wife just say at dinner that I wasn't bold enough?" Bradley's face darkened even more. I'd never wronged him, but earlier at the dinner table, just because I made less money than him, he'd used this condescending attitude to mock me for being too timid, not daring to take big risks. Not like him now that he was a business owner. Halfway through his bragging, my dad had offered him a cigarette and tried to light it for him, but Bradley didn't even cup his hand around the flame. City folks and girls might not understand what this means, but in rural communities, when an elder lights your cigarette and you don't shield the flame with your hand, it means you don't respect them. It is a public humiliation. Everyone nervously looked at Bradley, asking if he'd show his cards. He took a deep breath and suddenly said, "If we're gonna play, let's make it even bigger. That is the only way this is exciting for me." He suddenly placed his cards face down on the table, covered them with a plate, then walked outside. We sat inside and watched him take a small wooden box from his BMW's trunk and bring it into the room, setting it on the table. When he opened the box, it was full of cash. Bradley said proudly,